What's up, YouTube? Thought I'd share a little bit about an idea that came to my mind recently. And this idea was around paying honor or paying tribute to people in my life that have shaped who I am today. One of the goals of having this YouTube channel that I have been recently thinking about, what do I want the channel to be about? And the videos you see are really about what we do and what we have fun at doing and enjoying the outdoors. But that in and of itself wouldn't be enough. So I want to integrate who I am and who we are as a family with what we do. So that's what this channel is going to be about. And part of that is describing who some of the people in my life have shaped me and really formed, who I am and my worldview and what I value in life. So I'm going to start that, and I'm going to call these just tributes. And the first tribute I want to give is to a person that I believe inspired my love for the outdoors and my desire to want to learn how to hunt and really enjoy the Lord's creation in terms of being in the woods and being out on a lake and hunting and things that I never, as a person growing up in the city, never really thought about. The way I think about it and the way I'm being able to do it now. So I want to share with you some of what makes up my DNA. And the first tribute will be to my grandfather. And so that's the first person I want to talk to you about today. Hopefully you find it interesting and interesting and insightful about who I am and where some of the roots. All right. The first person I want to pay tribute to. I'm going to try to do these and be short and sweet. I'm going to try to keep to that. But if I ramble a little longer, just be a little patient. Hopefully, again, it's insightful and gives you a little bit of background into some of the people that have really shaped my life and that I'm forever grateful to. So the first person I want to pay tribute to is my grandfather. So my grandfather, of course, I called him Grandpa, but he went by Yankee. Okay, and so I grew up in Indiana city. All right, there weren't any cornfields in my backyard. There was no hunting or fishing or any of those sorts of things going on. But I had the privilege of having a grandfather who lived, 1,000 miles away from us, which, we had the opportunity to see them maybe once a year. But he had such an impact on my life that I'm forever grateful for, because he's the only person that I ever saw who hunted that I knew personally. And so as a little kid growing up, I knew that my grandfather hunted deer, trapped raccoons, or hunted raccoons, had some land, had a garden that he would provide people with fresh vegetables, even all the way up north. We had, we got some way he got vegetables to us. Again, 1,000 miles away. He had hunting dogs, and so visiting them and visiting him, I got to see that, and I enjoyed that, and I always wanted to go hunting with him, but that never happened, and it never happened because we would only spend a few days, and then we're heading back north, right? See our grandparents, see my cousins, and hang out, but it's just for a few days. So I really looked up to him, literally. He was 6'4". So, but when I look back on how I came to want to hunt and fish and things like that, I trace that back to him. You know, he was the first person that I ever shot a 12 gauge shotgun with. As a young boy, I was probably less than 10 years old, and I think I permanently destroyed my shoulder from that experience. But then I fast forward, right? I fast forward to when I became an adult. So I always had that desire. I want to hunt. So when I became an adult, had my first job, second job, something like that, I was like, man, that passion, right? That part of my DNA that I inherited from my grandfather was being in the outdoors, being in the woods. And so I wanted to hunt. Didn't know anything about hunting. My cousins, you know, one that you heard me credit getting me back into the YouTube, you know, the channel and everything, he grew up very close with my grandfather. So he got to experience spending time with him in the woods, hunting, doing all those things. And that's why, you know, we have that connection. You know, we love the outdoors, we love Jesus, we love our family, but that's for a different attribute. But anyway, when I got older, I wanted to hunt, but here was the issue. No one would take you hunting, right? Like the people I was working with, hey, they hunted. Hey, why don't you take me? No one would take me. Like no one would teach me any of that. So with that being said, the opportunity came about, and I have to credit my wife with this, for us to get a piece of property, and she encouraged me to get it, or us to get it, and I did, and that was one of the best decisions that we made, because my family and my children and my son and my girls, they'll forever be changed by that. I believe they'll forever be changed by that. So we were able to get a piece of property, and I just ended up teaching myself how to hunt. We were blessed with a neighbor that was able to, you know, older, been hunting for a long period of time. The Lord just connected us. It was just amazing that this older white gentleman in an area where there were no African Americans, even down there, we ended up buying a piece of property right next to him. And he was so gracious, so willing to show me everything that he knew about hunting, from field dressing to tracking to all of this. And that was like 8 years ago. So my desire, my passion for wanting to be in the woods and hunt and get fresh meat from my family, you know, I built upon that. But it all started with me seeing my grandfather enjoy the outdoors, go out and get food for his family. And so I want to take this opportunity. He's no longer with us, you know, but he was one of the people that had a heavy influence on my life and my desire to do what I'm doing and to see some of the videos that you guys are seeing. I want to pay tribute to him. Yankee Birdie, my grandfather, and I wanted to share that with you all. Okay, so that's where the hunting part of me comes from. The outdoors part of me comes from. I credit my grandfather. In the next couple of these tribute videos, you're going to hear about where I credit my love for my family. You'll hear about where I credit my faith, how I became a Christian, and some of the people that influenced me as I think back early on as a young kid, in that regard. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into what the O'Neal Adventures channel is about and where some of the things that we do come from. So hope you enjoyed it. Again, thanks for watching. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. As we see it's continuing to grow. I know it's, maybe 30 new subscribers in a month is small to some people, but I want to thank everybody who's recently tuned in and subscribed to the channel.